fucking stuck.
Ouch!
Customer states she just needs a new tire. Y'all see the angle on that motherfucker? Just needs a new tire, she said. She hit a piece of metal in the road, she said. Ain't no way in hell, dude.
Oh, if you guys ever are pulling freeze plugs from the bottom of your engine, and you see all of that shit in the bottom of your engine, just throw the whole thing away. Just throw the whole car away.
Customer states car is pulling. I wonder why, buddy.
Let's see.
Nothing, huh? Okay. Time for a big boy gun. Alright. Big boy gun installed. Let's see how quickly this comes out. Wow, that was easy. Yeah, your job may be great, but do you get to grill while you're working? There's just nothing like a nice home-cooked burger while working on some cars. Alrighty. Customer states, my brakes just started squeaking. Are you sure they just started squeaking? Because this looks pretty old. You know, I love my job working on cars, but you know what makes it infinitely easier? This tool. This tool right here is called the multi-wrench. Now, it carries every size from 12 millimeters up to 19 millimeters. Watch. That's too small. Come on, can I get this in under a minute? There we go. So great, I love this. Y'all want a part 2? I'll give it to you. Customer states, part 2. So Joe Dirt comes in, decides he wants to get a customer supplied intake installed, right? That ain't no damn intake. Well, technically maybe it is, but... Now in order to get that fat daddy in, we gotta take off this bush light chiller. Alright, so that's why we're pulling out all the bush light right here. Alright, and then we gotta reroute these belts. Hit this belt. I don't know why this damn intake has a belt, but whatever. Now stay tuned for part 3, because we're about to get these injectors in. And that belt and everything else, we're gonna get this thing spitting out some fresh bald eagles.
Okay, I got an F-150 here. Customer states the engine started overheating and the water pump looks like it's coming apart. Yeah, I'd say the water pump's coming apart. I don't even know how the belt got wrapped up like that. Okay, I'm determined to drive it in and not push it in. Well, that's what's left of the belt. And that's what's left of the water pump. And a dead battery to boot.
This guy just came in, said, I have a flat tire. Well, yeah, your problem is tires, but there's a bigger problem here. That's a control arm. Customer states, I think I have an exhaust leak. Well, that's a pretty big leak. But I don't think this was your first one. So this guy just came in. Said he wanted to have us install a customer supplied intake. This is what he brought in. What?
Customer states they got a roaring noise at idle in this Jeep. Well, yeah, you got a fucking T-Rex chasing a Jeep on your windshield.
Hello? Today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. That's fucked up.
Customer states, my clutch feels weird.
I wonder why.
Customer came in for a front brake job. It sounded pretty funny. Maybe that's why it sounded funny.
Customer states tires low on air. Oh, no shit.
Customer states steering feels loose. What do you think, Steve?
Like it's broke.
With a plum
Go.
mount.
Again? You see the whole body moving with that?
Half side mount.
Do it in
It's still
reverse.
Good.
That mount should be good.
Customer comes in for a starter. Well, I see your problem. You got a hole in your oil pan. Yep, it's done.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was on a Chevy Cobalt with Ecotech in it. And I forget what size the engine is, but came in with a no start, towed in. Trying to start it up out there, it just would get hang up, and I was like, maybe it's a bad starter and all that. No, it actually wasn't. I lifted it up on the lift, and yeah, there was a big ass hole in that oil pan. It's like, well, you ran out of oil, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck he did not notice that. There's a way to notice that. Like, you should notice the oil trail, then the oil pressure light, then it goes boom, and you're done. Fuck, that was.
This customer brought a vehicle in saying it starts and it cranks, but it just makes some bad noises. Little did he mention that he broke off every stud on the manifold, both sides except for 3 on this side, which he replaced.
So a customer came in stating they wanted their CV axle replaced on the driver's side due to some noises. This is what happens when you take it to, you know, somebody that'll do it cheaper. Hose clamp there, and just a bunch of grease that they just keep filling it up with. That's lovely. Thing's a fucking mess.
Tire patch. Taking a new tire, bud. Jesus.
Yeah, I'd say that's junk.
That's a lot better.
Customer states, my brakes just started making noise. Sure they did.
At 26 years will she start? Here goes. New battery needed. Some old crappy fuel. That didn't work, so we used fresh fuel.
Gotta never love her.
Wow.
Changing your brake pad.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Y'all guys want to see something retarded but funny at the same time?
Fuck this job, bitch, I quit. Fuck this job, bitch, I don't really need this shit. Fuck this job, cause a boss act like a bitch. Fuck this job, fuck this job, bitch, I quit.
How are they gonna get that subframe in between that transmission jack? I don't know.
I don't really need this shit. Fuck this job, cause a boss act like a bitch. Fuck this job, fuck this job, bitch, I
That shit was
quit.
funny. I wasn't able to record it because I had to help.
I might not know too much about these little circles, but I'm pretty sure this means October 2015 of the 19th of the month. So that means that this 2016 Mazda with 56,000 miles never got a cabin filter replaced.
For some of y'all that aren't familiar with a garage, come on, I'm gonna show you around. This thing right here, you ever seen those designer clothes with the holes in them on purpose? Yeah, that's how we make them, is with this fucker right here. This right here is the Sweat Be Gone 5000. You want to get rid of some sweat? Stick this thing up your ass on a hot day doing a brake job? Trust me, you'll thank me later. This right here is my big old jumbo bottle of Never Seize. Never had anything seize up on me with that stuff. Best way I can explain this one, have you ever played that game Portal 2? Yeah, kind of the same thing. Everybody drains stuff into the top of it, but nobody ever empties the fucking thing out and it never overflows, so beats me. This boy right here is for leaving little prickly surprises in your pants for later when you sit down. That right there is the shop scooter. Just hop on that bitch, go get whatever you need. And this unit right here is the surgical skin remover. If you got any questions, leave a comment, let me know.
So a school bus driver brought me her Ford school bus. She claimed that her parking brake wasn't holding, so I went ahead and verified. So I proceeded to lift up the Ford school bus up in the air. I went onto the driver's side and I was like, oh sweet, I can adjust these. So I went ahead and popped the little cover off and proceeded to adjust the star wheel. So I'm like, sweet, that was easy. So then I went to the other side, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks a little odd. How the fuck am I supposed to adjust these? Fucking engineers. Today we're doing an oil change on a bus, and not a little bus either. We're doing a big CNG bus. Alright, so I got my drain pan ready. Let's go ahead and begin. And while that's draining, we're gonna go ahead and grab our filter. You can see how much bigger they are compared to the little small buses. All right, now that that's finished draining, let's go ahead and put the drain plug back on. Got the filter loose. All right, got the filter tight. All right, got the bus back down. Let's go ahead and add oil. All right, so I stopped at 23 quarts. Let's go ahead and double check. Added more at 26 quarts. She's good.
Alright, so I was told to inspect this Subaru Outback here. 97 Subaru Outback. Okay. Not ever once in my day have I ever seen anything like this. What? What? This is literally how you have to drive this thing. Who would do this? Why would you want to do that? This doesn't look safe at all. What? Oh boy. What? Why would you do that?
Kind. What? What kind of car? You said you had a sports car. That's cool, but what kind?
It was a Miata.
Oh, come on. That's not a sports car. How does that even kill a kid? What'd you hit her over the head with it?
That's a legitimate sports car.
Nope. Next.
Another life hack today on how to get frozen up lines or bolts apart. You can see how it's trying to twist that steel line. That's got a stubby guy on it right now. Stubby wrench. Take your torch. Put a little heat on it. You ain't got to get a cherry red or just cherry red on a part. Then you'll take some of this wax. I got it off Amazon. I think 20 bucks gets you like 4 bars. And you just let that wax melt onto it. Soak it in them threads. Get some back here. Just let her soak in as it cools. Same concept of the oil, but this wax seems to work a little bit better. And once you got that wax on it, it started to cool down. Boom. Breaks loose just like that. I'll probably put a little more wax on it and let her free up, but works good on knock sensors, frozen up bolts, just about any.
Alright guys, I don't care how ugly it is, how much of a project it is, or whether or not it runs. I just want to see the For You page just flooded with people's projects in the work.
On today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up, this is fucked up. And look who's pushing.
Go, 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 go.
Oh!
With me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violation.
What is your gender? My gender. I'm a mechanic.
Well, I've had check engine lights before, but I have a feeling this one's gonna be a problem.
Today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up. That's fucked up. And that's fucked up.
So customer states the vehicle made a loud clunk noise and came to a stop. That's not good. Big old hole in the upper oil pan. See inside the crankcase. Oh. Just a piece of the piston. And it was just serviced at Jiffy Lube yesterday. Wonder if that's a coincidence.
Bonjour, ici nous avons quelque chose de très fucked up. La roue a frotté sur le caliper. Le caliper devrait avoir l'épaisseur qu'on voit ici. Jusque là. Donc si on se met ici, tout ça a été bouffé. Ouais. Mais le client a jamais rien entendu. Yeah, my fucking ass.
So, this morning, a friend of ours went to go start up her car. And it wouldn't run. Ugh. But I'll show you exactly what it's doing. After asking her about what she did, turns out she put diesel gas in her car. Diesel gas. I asked her what color the handle was. She said green.
Here comes the fun bit. Got to bash this off pretty good. It's probably generated so much heat it's almost welded itself on there. So it's going to need a few more good hits until it dislodges itself. Finally. And there's the difference between the old disc and the new disc. You can see there's a good couple of mil there difference in height. And you can see the difference there with the brake pads. Much thicker.
That fourth brake pad's gone missing in action. Now when lubricating these couple cradle brackets, you want to make sure you fully coat the inside there with that lubricant, and not to put too much.
So what you doing? What you do, bud? What did you do? Hey, where's the drain plug?
There's a little update on that car with the really bad tires. The alignment was pretty bad. My boss is down there fixing the rear toe, but the rear was going to the left and the front's going to the right. It's supposed to be in the green zone, and yeah.
This is a public service announcement to people that put a lot of pressure in tires. Oh, watch. About 59 psi. Putting that much pressure in these tires, unless you're two big Oompa Loompas that weigh about 600 pounds apiece, don't put it on there, because it'll ride like a lock. You'll wear out the tires, and most indefinitely not gonna last forever. Make sure you put them at whatever the manufacturer recommends, or if you're really not curious, put them at 35. Safer. Thanks.
Customer states there's a loud banging when going into reverse or drive. Can't imagine why. And it's me. I'm customer. And y'all were worried about my fuel level the other day. I got bigger problems, guys.
How come we stuck?
Lost faith in humanity.
Customer states they will install the alternator themselves. They installed it themselves. Burnt the harness up. Doesn't look like that nut was on all the way. Potentially started arcing and welding itself. Now he needs another alternator and a new engine harness. So customer states they hit a pothole in an FJ Cruiser. Pretty messed up. Ugh. Wheel doesn't move. Side's good.
Okay, if you're the type of person who does stuff like this, then fuck you, to be honest. Why would anyone... How do I explain this? Basically, this obviously goes here. Someone in the past has broken the clips, these clips, and then found, oh, I don't have any clips, so what will I do? I'll Gorilla Glue or silicone this entire piece down without the clips, and nobody will know. How fucking ridiculous is that? That thing costs a tenner. I have these. It has like all the little plastic bits you could ever need. Cost a tenner. Bought it like 2 years ago, and I've barely used it. What the hell? Why would somebody not just do that? Why would you glue down the entire trim piece? The holes are there. It's perfectly fine. Why? Why do people do stuff like this? Why is it so hard to get people just to do a normal, proper job? It's not difficult.
Well, this driver must be really tall. They had to move the seat. Usually it sits on this hump right here. What he's done is he's moved it back and secured it to the carpet. Yeah, that's asking to get killed in even a minor accident. Don't ever secure anything to the carpet except for more carpet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 10 or 11 of the Mustang build. I don't remember anymore, so today we're going to be figuring out why my speedometer doesn't work, and it turns out there's this thing called a speedometer cable, which runs from your speedometer all the way into your transmission. It spins the cable, which spins your speedometer where there's magnets, and then it tells you what speed you're going. Here I am cutting myself, pulling it out. That's it in the transmission, that's it out of the transmission, and kabam. I don't know why why it stopped working. I have no idea. Beats me, man. Here's a new one anyway. It looks exactly the same as the old one. It was really annoying to put it back in, so I tied a string to it and pulled it through. Here's the cluster back on. Here's some trim pieces back on. That's where the headlight switch goes, but it was broken, so I bought a new one. Yeah, so there's that. And it should work now, but it only worked for like a mile, and then I had to take it out and put it back in like 3 more times after this video.
Hey, Mrs. Murphy, this is Clam from the shop. Yes, man. Hey, I'm calling about your Ranger. I just want to let you know that we took it for a test drive, and we just can't seem to duplicate the issue that you're having. You say there's like a vibration all the time, and it feels like it's all jerky all the time. We couldn't find that. Maybe you could just like turn up the radio a little bit, and maybe get rid of that. You won't even notice it.
Customer states my brakes are grounded.
Well, yeah, that'll happen.
I'm literally dying. Whoever did this fucking oil change last, I don't even know what the fuck they torqued this thing with, but it's way more than me.
So I'm working on Smurfmobile here, taking the stock radio out, putting a double-din touchscreen in, more specifically installing this hunk of junk, and a backup camera. Step 1, get both of your harnesses and merge them. Once you've tested everything to make sure everything works, you can go ahead and shrink wrap everything. Now, installing the backup camera is the worst part of the job, because of having to run this wire from the back of the car to the front of the car. Usually it wouldn't be too terrible, but this car is absolutely disgusting. I mean, that's literally a mouse nest, and that's literally mouse poop. Normally I would run it underneath the carpet, but I'm thinking about going through the headliner, because I don't want to touch any of that crap. Pro tip, these pickup tools work great for snaking wires through the dash. Just don't let go, whatever you do. So once you finish running, shrink wrapping, and tying all that in, you can check out the rest of the install in part 2.
Today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up. That's fucked up.
Tell me you're a mechanic without telling me you're a mechanic.
So we're on the test drive, and in conclusion, what I had was the control circuit for the EGR valve had corroded inside the connector underneath the intake manifold, and it was supplying battery voltage, or running voltage, 13 volts roughly, onto my sensor circuit. So it was going through the map sensor, and it was causing 8 to 9 volts on my 5 volt reference, which everybody knows when you got excessive voltage on 5 volt reference, it don't run, it don't work. So we fixed that problem, and now I can drive it. I'm sure the customer's going to be excited that it runs and drives again. And let's get them out of here and start on something else.
Hey, y'all want to see some fucking funny shit? Look at this. So this is how much crap mechanics go through when it comes to ordering parts. Because some of these people that are parts counters should not be parts counters, period. In order to be a parts person, you should at least been in the field or turning wrenches for a minimum of 5 years, period. Not fresh out of high school, nothing like that. If you're not mechanically inclined, do not apply for the job. I literally ordered climate control buttons from the dealer, right? Y'all gonna laugh your ass off. Look what these, it was a young kid that said, I said, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about. What's your VIN number? So I give him the VIN number, I give him all the details, so on and so forth. Y'all gonna think this is funny. Watch what he gave me. Fucking stickers, man. Fucking stickers. Doesn't really look bad though. I did the bottom. Look at the top. Ugly.
Wonder how to change your brake pads?
Customer had spongy brakes and squealing tires. First unbolt your caliper, usually 2 bolts. Pop it off. Let's look at these pads. That's pretty low compared to the new one. This is the squealer, no doubt. It's down to the bone.
When the guy at the parts store says the part I asked for doesn't fit the vehicle that I described, I swapped the motor out, you son of a bitch.
Okay, TikTok, let's get one shit clear. One thing is having a work truck and another one is being fucking nasty. God damn. Like, these are floor mats. I put this shit on my seat. That's how disgusting this truck is. It smells like there's a body in there. Fuck no. Guys, just clean your truck, man. Especially if you're taking it to the mechanic. Just clean it. It's not hard.
So you guys have a really good point when comparing the surface grease and grime on my hands compared to that deeply embedded 8-hour stuff that you mechanics get on a daily basis. Joey, on the other hand, has been working all day and is going to be my new hand model. So we wipe his hands clean with a paper towel, but clearly you can see that deeply embedded grease on the palm of his hand and the backside of his knuckles. And if you're a mechanic, you know what I'm talking about, and your wife definitely knows what I'm talking about. He's actually using his own supply of our Grip Clean Ultra Heavy Duty Hand Cleaner here. Man, this stuff is awesome. If you guys have been working with chemicals all day long, the last thing you need is another chemically infused soap to take all that off. Our all-natural ingredients won't dry and crack your skin. Check it out.
States, did his own great job but still making funny noises. I thought this was a spacer for a second. Wrong-sized pads too. How did he even make it here? That's better. Customer comes saying he installed a oil pan and now the truck sounds funny.
As he dampens the fuel pressure from pulsating from the pump. Alright, so I got it off. Had to take the valve body off. Fuel rail, maybe didn't have to take loose, but there's a little nipple right back in there. The hose kind of went up on. I couldn't get it from where it was just because it's so tight. Can't even fit my hands back there. And here it is. So this is in, this is out to the fuel rail. So there's no way to test it, so I grabbed one off of my parts truck that I know ran really good before I parked it a month ago. So I'll get it on, get this all together, and we'll see how it runs. It's all back together. Let's see what it'll do. See, it's still got a little mist, but I think it needs to be run quite a bit. Let's tap on that. See how it didn't clear up at all? Alright, alright. Sick. Well, that seemed to have worked. Go ahead and follow for a test drive and see what she does.
Alright, so I work for a used car dealership. This is the second time this customer has brought this car back. It's a 17 Challenger. It's got a shifting issue or a stalling issue. They can't really explain it, but it only does it when it's cold. Now, they won't leave the vehicle with me, so I can't exactly duplicate the problem. Now,
second time, this is them waiting in the waiting room, and they just decide, fuck it, they're gonna trade it in. The fuck? I guess we'll just resell it. Or just wait till it's cold and I can try to duplicate it again.
Hey, 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 hey.
Come on, there you go. Yeah, let's see.
Oh,
okay.
Why it takes me so long to do anything around here. Part of it's because I'm lazy, and part of it's because I'll be halfway through something, I'll have to stop and either go on the road and help a delivery driver, drive a truck, or make a repair. Occasionally, it's because the owner of the company comes in with something random and crazy. Whether it be an oil change on his personal vehicle, which is company owned, or I'll show you an example. Today he brought me this, and wanted to see if we could get it running. This Ariane's rocket has a single cylinder Tecumseh engine, and it's been sitting outside for years. I took the carb bowl off and it was full of rusty water, so we've got some work to do. I cleaned it out, put it back on, but it's leaking, so we're gonna have to do a whole carb kit in order to get it to run. And that is where Jim comes in. Jim specializes in small engines, so I will call him over and deal with this foolishness and fuckery.
So if you're stuck outside of your car and you need to get the window all the way down, it's like this because we broke something. You just turn the key to the right, and then pull.
In a first attempt to record an aesthetic, something unexpected had gone completely wrong, and I had to ditch the filter. I scrambled to my main recording program, and what you're about to see is my very first recorded mechanical fail. I like to call this Something Ain't Right. I hope this goes in a compilation somewhere. Enjoy. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Everything is shaking. I don't have a flat. I don't have a flat, but something ain't right. Oh my god. Let me apply the brake. Oh, I gotta get off the freeway. Fuck this. Oh my god. Oh lordy hell, that is I am never. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Start off and say that this is the worst that I've ever seen in my career. We have a BMW E90 and a customer came in complaining of a vibration, a major vibration when going down the highway, so we had it towed in. Well, anytime we have a vibration issue, we always want to make sure we check the tires and the wheels. So here we are, we got to the right rear wheel. Oh my god. Look at the bulge on the inside of this tire. He was driving on the highway like that. Could you imagine? Did you see that? Look. Oh my god. It's not a tumor.
today's episode of How Fucked Up Is Fucked Up. That's fucked up. And that's fucked up. And fucked up.
This is how to check your oil on a Ford Festiva. Looks good to me.
Hey, Mrs. Wilkins, yeah. Hey, I just want to give you an update. We're going to need your car about 3 more days, yeah. We ran out of weights while we was balancing your tire. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but you just have to trust us on this. Hey, and we'll get back to you in about 3 days. We're going to charge a little extra because we had to get more lead and use more weights. But otherwise, we're going to have back to you real soon. Thank you, too.
Oh my fucking god. You better long shot,
Fuck.
Taste. She can get a taste. She can get a taste.
So you want me to do it? It broke.
Be like, doesn't your fancy computer tell you what's wrong with it? What do you mean 2 hours diag? I already spent $600 at dog.
Oh, what is that? Oh my.
Alright, go for it. Stick the pan down.
What the fuck?
Look at even the words.
What the fuck is What the fuck is that? Oh my god! Show me them cheeks, girl, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your booty hole and lick away. What?
Yeah, so I'm balancing the rear wheel of this Porsche. There's no weights anywhere on it. Check this out. It's perfect.
I was trying to figure out why my ass hurt so bad, and then I walked out and remembered the rape van's here.
2017 Yukon. Customer states engine won't start. Let's see here. Aha! That's what you use red dye when your engine won't start. Crank cam angle sensor. There we go. This one came in requesting front brakes. Check the history in the vehicle, it's never been here. So it's always a little weird when something like this happens. Especially when the front brakes are like brand new. Maybe there's a mix-up. Maybe she meant rear. No, they're pretty much brand new too. So I had the advisor call her and ask why she thinks she needs front brakes. She was at a Firestone, and they told her that she needs front brakes. Stop being fucking money grubs. Don't do it. You're fucking around with people's livelihoods here.
Okay, that's for all my mechanics out there. Before you grab your shit to leave for the day, make sure you go in here, turn off all your ratchets. You don't want them boys dead when you come in the morning, do you?
Take one of these, and you put one of these thingies on it. You grab it and run. And you shoot!
As a mechanic, have you ever wondered what these fat, short little screwdrivers are for? I mean, come on now. The handle's so short, you can't get no leverage on it. I mean, what are you supposed to use it for? If you're asking these questions, you're probably a mechanic that wasn't raised in a backyard or by your father or your grandfather. I'm going to show you right now what these are for. What you use these for is to take these secondary jets here out of any Holley carburetor. And the reason why it's so fat, it fits in the jets perfectly, and it's short enough that it fits between the carburetor and the distributor without having to take the distributor out. I learn something new every day.
I always hear these people saying that it's impossible to drain your oil without getting any on your hands. Well, I'm here to prove you wrong. Well, fuck, that ain't good.
For those of y'all that ask exactly how big is the turbo, well, this is a 1-gallon jug of windshield washer fluid you can buy at your local Advanced Auto. Just for size comparison, because I know some of y'all are going to pick at it, this is a can of Gum Out Carbon Joke Cleaner. Yeah, you can fucking read. On with it now. This is the turbo outlet hole. We'll just, goes to the intake on the motor. Now we're just going to slide this up in here, just like we did with your mom last night. And, yeah, that's how fucking big it is.
What in cousin fucking tarnation, Alabama Betty Crocker, Miss fucking Betty White shit is this? Holy shit. Just like the Egypt.
Customer states, I don't need new tires. Yeah, but you do.
So, customer states, keyless entry in off. Car's already got 3 miles. Scanned it. We got front passenger door, touch sensor, open circuit. For giggles, I figured why not? Let's look. Oh look, from the factory, not plugged in. Awesome. Oh.
Y'all, this guy wants brakes, brake rotors, and brake pads. That's all he wants. I want y'all to see this. That's his brake rotor, what's left of it. The other piece of it is on there. Y'all see that? Hey, somebody call Hollywood. Wonder Woman left her stuff over here, man. This is gonna be a weapon right here. Call Wonder Woman, come get this back.
When you let your son clean the yard and mow the yard, you end up with stuff like this right here. Look, that blade's stuck in that log. Look at that. Stuck.
17 videos to the sound and let TikTok sync it.
Hello again from Motive Mechanical. I got a good one for you. Customer states, check exhaust where goes into driver's footwell area. Floor and center console getting really hot. Why, hello, gearbox. What are you doing there?
This bitch is a quick curb. I'm losing count. Yeah, that's just an oil leak. Little bit, you know. I got an oil leak there. Holy fucking shit. You know, it's supposed to be on the inside of your car.
Go on. Fucking hell! Why ain't it gone yet? Do it. Wait. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, go on. Go on.
I always hear these people saying that it's impossible to drain your oil without getting any on your hands. Well, I'm here to prove you wrong. Well, fuck, that ain't good.
For those of y'all that ask exactly how big is the turbo, well, this is a 1-gallon jug of windshield washer fluid you can buy at your local Advanced Auto. Just for size comparison, because I know some of y'all are going to pick at it, this is a can of Gum Out Carbon Joke Cleaner. Yeah, you can fucking read. On with it now. This is the turbo outlet hole. We'll just, goes to the intake on the motor. Now we're just going to slide this up in here, just like we did with your mom last night. And, yeah, that's how fucking big it is.
Alright guys, new challenge. You got to get a 1/2-inch impact and a 1/2-inch wrench. You put her on like this. You hold the end of it, and you fucking let her rip. When your boss comes out, you tell him someone else did.
I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes boo boo boo.
Oh, rust and smoke, the heater's broke, the door just blew away. I light a match, see the dash, and then I start to pray. Frame is bent, the muffler went, the radio, it's okay. Oh, what fun it is to drive this rusty Chevrolet. I went to the IPA to get some Christmas cheer. I just passed up my left front tire and it's getting hard to steer. Speeding down the highway, right past the Nagani cops. I had to drag my swampers to get the car to stop. Oh, rust and smoke, the heater's broke.
Customer states steering is loose and he thinks that his bushings are bad. Yeah, I think you're right there, bud.
Customer states,
it needs back axle bushings. No, it fucking doesn't.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's not how you lift a car, dude. Shut the fuck up. That's not how you lift a car. How you gonna lift it? You gonna hit the fucking headliner? You know how many times I've done this shit, man? How many years have you been doing this, dude? For real? How many fucking years have you been doing this?
6
You've
months.
lifted cars like this before?
2 months.
For real?
Yeah, what do you want me to tell you?
You fucking lying, bitch. You said you've been doing this for fucking 7 years on your application.
Alright,
Get the fuck out of here, dude.